Hey, what's going on, my sexy sisters? This is Chris, and welcome to my top 10 favorite anime list. So basically what I'm going to be talking about in this video is obviously some of my favorites, why I started watching these Japanese cartoons, or whatever you want to call it, and how long I've been watching them for. So let's just start off real quick here. I've only been watching these things for, I think, 4 to 6 months. If you follow me on Twitter, I've tweeted about it a little bit. Also, all the posters in my background are just some of my favorites, which I'll show you guys in a minute here. But anyways, I wouldn't really consider some of them being animes. The few that I've watched when I was younger, there were a couple here that made this list because I would consider them animes. But things like, I don't know, Pokemon or Digimon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Even, I don't know if I would classify that as an anime myself. Maybe it technically is because it's a Japanese cartoon and it's been dubbed over by American voice actors or whatever it may be. I do prefer dubbed as opposed to subbed, so I'm sorry whoever I offended. Apparently that's a really controversial topic. I actually prefer to understand what people are saying. If I find myself just reading the text at the bottom of the screen, I don't actually catch a lot of what happens in the actual scene. So if there's a cool action scene and there's talking, I'll be reading the talking and I'll miss whatever cool fight scene went on. So I prefer to just listen to it. If there's a good voice actor, I'll enjoy it. But anyways, just basically what's going on with these anime things is they're Japanese cartoons. Most of the ones that I really enjoy are action-packed. Like I said, they've got like cool swords and stuff and fighting scenes and magic and whatever it may be. But if there are a couple, and there are a couple on this list that actually don't have very many actions at all, if the storyline is awesome enough, I'll definitely enjoy it. So, anyways, yeah, I've been watching them for, I guess, technically like 7 or 8 years. But I've really only started really religiously watching these things for like 4 to 5 months, like I said. So let's start off at number 10 spot. We've got Inuyasha, which was one that I watched back in probably 2003 or whatever it came out, I guess, and it made television. I was watching this. I was just watching cartoons like Rugrats, SpongeBob, whatever it may have been back in the day, and this was kind of just in the mix. And I decided to watch it one time, actually, with a few friends. And I was like, this is awesome. This like demon guy with a really awesome sword, slaying demons and stuff, accidentally makes his way to the human world, meets this human chick. They end up being friends and stuff. I don't remember the storyline 100% because this was a very long time ago, but I do remember that it was really awesome and I really enjoyed it. I probably wouldn't enjoy watching it now, not only because the animation isn't really up to par, but I'm a much different person as when I was like 13 or whatever I was, but I really enjoyed it at the time, so that's why I made the list. Anyways, number 9, we've got Sword Art Online. Haven't really finished this one yet, but I'm certainly far enough into it to give it a bit of a review. I've really enjoyed this. It's got a pretty awesome storyline. It's very original. And the reason why this is at the bottom of the list is because all the rest of these animes are really awesome. So it's not like this is a bad anime. It made the list, obviously. But it's just not quite as good in my opinion. This is my personal opinion. I feel like I'm going to offend a lot of people with this episode video thing. I don't care. Anyways, so basically it's just this kid playing this futuristic video game in the future. And it's a virtual reality type game. He gets stuck inside. The only way to get out is to beat the game. If you die in the game, you die in real life. So it's pretty serious. He sees a lot of people die. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But it's got a pretty interesting storyline. Very different from any of the other ones on this list. So props for that, I guess. Pretty enjoyable. Anyways, number 8, we've got Code Geass. And the only reason why this is number 8 is because I'm not really a fan of the animation. Like I said, I kind of prefer more proportional anime, like, I don't know, it's kind of more realistic. Like, obviously it's a cartoon, it's not going to look like an actual human being. But generally, if the eyes, nose, mouth, or whatever is somewhat more realistic to what it is like with a human, I can enjoy it and watch it more. The characters in this show almost look like aliens. Like, they're kind of like stick people. Like, they're just very skinny and very tall. Like, I feel like they're all like 7 foot, 8 foot, maybe Endermen from frickin' Minecraft, and then they've got these really big eyes. I'm not a fan of the huge eyes in animes. I prefer more realistic size eyes, I suppose. So I guess that's the only flaw that I found with it, in my opinion. This is very personal, like I said. Other people might enjoy that more. It's just my preference. But the storyline is actually really awesome. I haven't finished this one yet because I've only just recently started watching it. It's relatively newer, I suppose, as opposed to some of these other ones, like Inuyasha, for example. But yeah, it's a pretty awesome anime. Anyways, number 7, we've got Bleach. I haven't finished this one either because I'm pretty sure it's got like 300 episodes, or maybe I'm thinking of a different one. I don't know, but from what I have seen, it's pretty awesome. I'm kind of watching Sword Art, Code Geass, and Bleach. I'm taking turns mixing between the episodes there. It's pretty awesome, but it can be a little slow at times, just in my opinion, like I said. Anyways, number 6, we got Blue Exorcist. I've just recently finished watching this one. I blew through this thing in like a few days. It was freaking awesome. I love this thing. It's been the son of Satan, doesn't know he's the son of Satan, has to go out and like tries to kill Satan and whatever else not. It's a very religious anime, and I'm not very religious myself. I don't like to talk about religion or anything like that in videos. It's never a good idea to bring that stuff up. But yeah, for somebody who's not really following a lot of the Antichrist stuff and all that fun religious stuff, The action scenes, the storyline alone made it worth it for sure. It was definitely awesome. I also really liked this style of anime. The way the characters were drawn, the thin lines or whatever it may be, the proportional bodies, you know, and the cool fight scenes, pretty awesome. Number 5, we got Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Not the original Full Metal Alchemist. That one's kind of boring. Apparently, I didn't watch it. But Brotherhood one was pretty awesome. There were quite a few episodes of this series. I don't even know, maybe like 100 something. I don't know. I blew through this one pretty quickly as well because I really enjoyed this anime. It had one of the most, if not the best storyline, like adventure storyline for sure. There weren't many action scenes. That's probably the only thing I really didn't enjoy. Again, I loved the anime, the way the characters were drawn and whatever else not. But yeah, you know what? The storyline definitely made up for it. It's about two brothers. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but two brothers, they don't actually go about like fighting with swords and stuff. Like a lot of these are with karate or whatever it may be. Cool fighting moves. They use this thing called alchemy, which is almost like magic and stuff. And it's really awesome. It's an awesome concept. But anyways, the only other thing that I didn't really like, spoiler, not really spoiler, I guess, but just don't listen to the next few seconds if you're gonna watch this. He doesn't really get the girl in the end. Like he does, but he doesn't know what to do with her. Like I'm like always hoping for the main character of these animes. They usually have a girl to go for or whatever. I'm usually hoping they're like dating at the end of it. That's just what I'd like to see. I don't know. That's kind of gay, I guess. But no, they're just kind of like in the friend zone. So that was a little weird. Anyways, number 4 we got Death Note. Best, I wouldn't say storyline. Yeah, you know what? I'd say storyline, not adventure. Full Metal Alchemist had this beat, but Death Note definitely has a way. It really makes you think. It's one of those few animes that you have to be somewhat smarter to understand and follow. And I definitely enjoy that. A little bit more interactive, I suppose. Because if you're not following a few certain things, you're like completely lost and you won't understand what's happening. And for an anime that I don't think has any fighting scenes or action scenes, it was definitely one of my favorites. I've actually got a couple of the posters there. I love the two characters between what was his name, Kira and L. I loved those two guys interacting together. They were always fun. Anyways, Attack on Titan's my next one. Action-packed to the maximum, just bajillion action scenes and stuff. At the very beginning, I watched this anime at first. The first episode, I think, like a few minutes in, this isn't a spoiler because it's the first episode, you see the guy's mom get her freaking head bit off by this giant titan. Like, blood and everything. This is the first gory, I guess, anime I've ever seen, and I really enjoyed it. Freaking phenomenal. I wish there were more episodes. I stopped watching this a few weeks ago because they were just not making any freaking episodes, at least on the site I was watching it on. So I wish there were more episodes, like freaking Naruto, like 300 episodes or whatever it is. I wish there were. I did end up following the manga to a certain extent. I'm not really one for reading. I prefer to watch it. But yeah, freaking awesome. Just the few episodes that I was able to watch, 15 or whatever it was. Amazing anime. Number 2, we've got Naruto. Definitely one of my favorites because it was actually probably the first one that I started watching. Like I said, when I started watching like 4 or 5 months ago, obviously, Inuyasha, I watched that before then. Yeah, Naruto is like, it starts out kind of slow, kind of kiddish, kind of just not really fun. I don't know, kind of like childish humor, you know what I mean? And it was enjoyable, but then when you get into Shippuden, whatever it's called, when he kind of grows up a bit more, the action scenes are awesome, the storyline is awesome, the adventure is awesome. I know it's super mainstream, everybody knows Naruto, whatever, I don't care if I'm a hipster for enjoying it, I enjoyed it, dang it, and it was pretty cool. So number 1, we've got Dragon Ball Z. And a lot of you guys might not consider this as an anime itself, though I kind of would like to, I'd like to hope that it is one. If it's not, whatever, sue me, but freaking awesome series. This was the first ever anime, if you want to call it an anime, that I watched. Like I said, I was like 12 or 13. I would come home from school. This would be like the first thing that I would hope to watch. You didn't have a PVR or whatever, DVR, whatever it was back then, so I actually watched it on time. It was right before my bedtime. I remember that every single night, or every like 3 nights, whatever the hell the thing aired. And I loved watching the storyline. Like the Cell saga is probably my favorite. Then the Boo one. It's just like the fighting scenes, just the storyline, just everything about it, the way the characters were drawn. I love the muscles and the cool fighting techniques and the Kamehamehas and freaking everything, man. It was just awesome. So that's my list. Yeah, so actually one last thing I want to show you guys before I end this video. Something I got for Christmas. Freaking awesome. Kelly got me a katana. I wanted to show this off because it's pretty badass. You guys want to see? It's sweet. So I'm planning on doing something with this in a video eventually. Maybe in the summer I'll like grab some watermelons or something, have Kelly throw them at me. And I'll just slice them up. I don't know, but yeah, that's kind of a bit more of an insight into my life. You guys get to know me a bit better. I really enjoy watching these things. I prefer the action ones usually, but if there's a good enough storyline, then it's usually pretty good for me. Anyways, feel free to leave some mentions or suggestions, whatever it may be, in the comment section below, or tweet at me if you want me to watch some of them. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video at all, if you agreed with any of my opinions, go ahead and tap that like button. Just a quick disclaimer, I understand these are very mainstream, some might say. These aren't like unheard of animes. Be like, oh, you're not even a real anime watcher. You haven't seen this one or this one. Fuck off. I don't care. Honestly, I'm pretty new to this, and these ones I enjoyed, so that's my list. Hopefully you enjoyed. So, now thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.